look at what happened in America. Um, 98% of the people voted for that they want gun control, right? 98%. And yet still Congress didn't listen to the 98%. They made their own ruling in favor of the cooperation. And when you follow the money, right, you find that these people who what they encourage Congress, they have some hold over Congress. 98%, that's a lot. So that tells me that we don't really have a government for the people, because once 98% of people say they want something, I was expecting the Congress to go along with it. So we need to see some change where, a retired school teacher, after she retires, she's not going to be able to what? Own her house because somebody made sure that she can't own a few pieces of drywall. And what happened to the police officer? After the police officer retired, he would have liked to own a house. But somebody in a corporate executive makes sure, especially in California, these houses make out a drywall with a nail that valuing $600,000. Come on, man, $50,000 in material reach 500,000. So what happened? The school teacher, the civil worker that work all them life, after they retire, what they must do? They must live into some apartment. So need to reverse all that thing and have a system that work for the people, and not just a system that work for the corporation. Because this is what I'm seeing. We had what million man occupy Wall Street, and a bunch of people thought it was just a bunch of idle people who didn't have anything else better to do. And it was not one set of people down here. It was not one type. It's a bunch of different people, right, saying the same exact thing. Don't tell me that all these people don't have anything better to do. And then we don't see where we have a government that, okay, let's see what caused the problem so we can fix the problem. Right, the number one problem America is facing right now, there is no manufacturing jobs. Why? Because if you try to set up a business, you get taxed all this ridiculous thing. You're trying to do something, you need all this permit, and each one of them getting expensive the more and more you go. So by the time you know it, right, if I try to manufacture my circuit boards here, it's too expensive, and that is what drying up the job market. And need to bring back production, because when you look at all the labels, everything made everywhere but in America, and then what you find, the people who could be getting the jobs so they can pay the bill, they're not getting the jobs because most of the businessmen, they force in order for them to make it. Some of them is greedy. Some of them is greedy. But I think if the government start giving incentives, a certain amount of people that leave school, if you have a company and you hire a certain amount of kids, give them a job so they can pay back the student loan, then that would be an incentive, right? So the student loan thing that we see happening now, it's going to be worse than the housing bubble. I personally would rather say all that, because it's a lot of money waste. No one can dispute it. A lot of money waste. That war down there in Iraq, I don't know if it really accomplished anything, but it was so much money waste, and that war was enough to pay probably a couple million people well to go to school for the next couple of years. So you invest back into the country that you can have manufacturing jobs, because that's what the problem is. There's no manufacturing jobs. Need factories. I tell you what, if they give me just a little tiny portion of that money that they're wasting, I could have put a whole bunch of people to work and train them to build guitar amplifiers, all kind of thing. But because what, you have to be in a buddy club, and I have to go play a golf with General Petraeus, and then by the time you know it, they put an idiot. You need massive brain power to make fast decisive decisions. When you look, you see an idiot in charge. Right. So if we want to turn this thing around, that is what we have to do. We have to put the best qualified people in the job. Right. It's not a good society when it's just a few is okay, and they don't care what happening to the rest of people around them, just as long as they're okay. It eventually going to lead to something unstable. It will eventually lead to chaos, because it will repeat itself every time in history. Every time in history, and even the laws of the jungle, one animal want to eat and doesn't want the others to eat. The others, the majority, always eventually get rid of the one percenter. It happened already in American history, right? Where the Civil War, it was based off the same thing, where people didn't like the oppression that they was going through, and they fought for the Civil War, and it worked for a while. So I hope things don't get to that stage where it some bloody mess or some next Civil War to realize what the basic human needs is. So I think these corporations need to give up. Like example, Walmart. Walmart and McDonald's, they make so much money that if they was paying each person $100 an hour, they wouldn't even feel it,
Yeah.
right? But
Not to mention the quality of the food.
not to mention the quality of the food. So what I think would be good, you work at say Walmart for 2 years, um, Walmart front your mortgage or co-sign for you, right? And you would not want you'd be more certain. What you see happening, there is no incentive. You find all these people go to work every day, they go to work every day, and there is no incentive. So as a result of having anybody getting any incentive in the workplace, and they know they can be fired at any time for any little nonsense, then they have
Keep track, 3 strikes and you're fired.
3 strikes and you're out, and then by the time you know it, the next idiot take the job. So people don't have any incentive to try harder. So, and I don't know. These folks who supposed to be running things, they're supposed to be very smart. They don't do any drugs, nothing like that.